Hello everyone, as usual it's me Pavlo, and today let's talk about affordable IEMs made by BGVP, model named Butterfly Pro. Pro in name probably suggests that they position this model as gaming earphones, but I'm not a gamer, so I will evaluate them from the regular music listening standpoint. It's a hybrid model with one dynamic driver and one balanced armature. Price is about $25–30. I will add links in the description. And in the past, BGVP created a lot of great designs and a lot of really good tunings. So I have high expectations for this model. And with that, let's have a closer look. Package is small, and that's actually the thing I really like. It's organized quite wisely. Thick cardboard of the main box and transparent lid, so you can see the faceplates instantly. On the rear side there are technical specifications, but most interesting for us is 17 ohms of impedance and 108 decibels of sensitivity per milliwatt. So of course it would be nice to see a bit higher impedance, but they are not super sensitive, so that's pretty okay. In the box you get earpieces themselves, stock cable. I really like this tight organization, small carrying pouch, and here probably we'll get some tips. That logo with flowers, haven't seen it for quite some time. Yep. Tips here and short clip. So three pairs of white silicons and 3 pairs of black silicons with slightly different bore diameter and design, which I think is a pretty okay accessory set for this price range. Earpieces themselves are classical, pretty simple, random pattern on the faceplates, not too bright, but this combination of colors looks pretty attractive, especially under the bright light. They have this translucent effect and looks pretty neat. Inner part is smooth, rounded, so you can take a look inside. You can see here is a dynamic driver and here is armature driver, some wiring inside, so everything is the way we can expect. Metal spouts, which I really like always as to see. Well machined metal grill, proper angle, nice length, so about average passive sound isolation, which is kind of okay. In my ears they fitting really well. Cables are made replaceable. Connectors here used MMCX. Subjectively I'd probably prefer here 2-pin connectors, but it's more of my subconscious feeling that usually 2-pin connectors are slightly more reliable, but it's not the fact that based on some statistics or something like that. So let's see. It clicks in place, really nice solid click. Here is ear hook formed to hold the cable around your ear, and here is cable itself, pretty thick, so looks reliable. Nice insulation, actually, you know, pretty soft. I expected it to be a bit more stiff, but it's on the softer side of things. No microphonic effect thanks to that. It goes to the splitter, and after splitter it goes just braided down to the angled 3.5mm jack. So to summarize everything, I think it's kind of okay for this price range. Nice set of accessories, and I like this small package. In terms of sound, it's a pretty classical, fun V-shaped signature and pretty well balanced. Not overdone in terms of fun, with some decent technicalities, not of course on the level of some $100+ earphones, but still pretty decent detalization, non-fatiguing sound signature, so In general, pretty pleasant to listen. Of course, if you don't expect some extended treble layering and stuff like that. So, bass is played by the dynamic driver. It delivers nice amount of weight. It's accented, but not too much. I won't call this earphones bass head. Resolution is average, but texturing is pretty decent. Small nuances are present, but not too much. So instrument sounds okay in terms of realism, but don't expect that effect of hyper realism. Main accent is made on the mid bass, but deeper layers of bass are present, but they are not dominating overall track. Bass is slightly coloring lower mids. Probably it's done intentionally to make sound a bit more weighty and slightly warmer on the lower mid frequencies, and to balance the balanced armatures. Sorry, pun not intended here. And as an example, Ghost, Cirice, and if you heard this track, you know that Ghost used some interesting big drums, and actually these earphones deliver these drums in a pretty nice way. Not over-dominating like with some bass-heavy models, but still you get this sense of punch. But at the same time, there is a slight coloration of warmth on the guitars on the mid frequencies. I can't call this an issue, more like a feature, not a bug, but a feature. Mid frequencies are like slightly warmer on the lower part and slightly accented on the higher part. It's traditional story for a lot of modern hybrid models. From one hand, you're getting a bit more body for the vocal and the instruments, and some hint of additional weight and musicality, which plays good with poorly recorded tracks. On the other hand, female vocals, guitars, and instruments that hitting upper mids are slightly accented to give a bit of additional spiciness. Not 100% natural tuning, but pretty fun to listen to. Imaginary stage is actually above average in width and about average in depth, pretty neat and nicely built. They are promoted as gaming earphones. I'm not a pro gamer, but I played a bit of Borderlands with them, and they were okay in locating enemies by ears. But that's only thing I can do to test them. They are really nice with movies, actually. Good balance of voice and all that explosions, gunshots, and stuff like that. And they are not super critical for the quality of records, but it's better to have something with proper upper mids. And example here is Igorrr, eeuD, still not sure about the pronunciation of this track, but if you like unusual music, if you like bold mixes of genres, it's a band and track for you. There is everything here. Opera, black metal, techno, everything. You name the genre, it's present on this track or at maximum on this album. It requires good technicality, and probably these earphones not 100% there, but still pretty pleasant to listen to. And treble is also really like what you can expect from a normal single balanced armature. Slightly on the airy side of things, slightly energetic. To my ears, not too much, but if you're sensitive for the high frequencies, maybe it could be a bit too much for you. But for me, it's okay and not even coming to that border of being too fatiguing. Nice amount of airness. Basic overtones are okay, but of course they're lacking advanced overtones and treble layering. But still on not super complicated tunes and not on the non-audiophilic tracks, it sounds pretty decent. And of course treble here does main job balancing low frequencies. So here is example. Ozark by Metheny and Lyle. I really like this album. I actually came across this album because of its name. I listened to it and I became a fan of these two great musicians. And a lot of percussions, lot of different bells, metal things. I'm not sure about the names, and they are nicely separated. Of course, to fully represent this track, these earphones are lacking layering in a pretty noticeable way, but still sounds kind of engaging. In terms of pairing, they are pretty universal. They don't require tons of power, they don't require super black background, they plays pretty nicely even with smartphone or laptop output, especially if it's decent one. But some entry-level deck can help them show their full potential. So, nice sounding, fun, interesting model with decent design and affordable price. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and have a great day.